recover.
Did it just hit you, or was it an accumulation over time? And at what point did you realise, okay, this is more than feeling tired?
It was an accumulation over time, but I was in denial.
Okay.
Because I just thought, well, you know, you signed up for this, you knew it was going to be tough, you knew it was going to be a challenge, there's always things going on. So you just keep on pushing through. The thing with burnout is you ignore all the warning signs telling you you need to back off and reconsider how you're functioning in what you do. It hit me like a freight train because of that denial piece. I literally physically collapsed in allied health professionals' rooms and came to thinking, what the heck just happened? Felt very embarrassed, always feel stupid when I pass out. Went home, never stepped foot in my practice again. I lost my business. It was devastating.
Wow.
So it hits people differently.
Yeah. And so did you recognise at that point what was going on, or did it take somebody else to say, Jenny, you're burnt out?
It took someone else to help me realise that.
And is that normally what would happen with burnout?
It's not uncommon. Some people would get help from talking to their GP, or maybe a counsellor, a psychologist, even a psychiatrist sometimes. I was lucky I had an excellent GP who referred me to a wonderful psychologist, and we worked together over a period of many months to help me sort of come to terms with what had led to that happening and what would work to help me to recover more quickly.
Dr Jenny Brockis is my guest this morning, and I'm telling a very personal story about you know, her suffering from burnout. She's a lifestyle medicine physician, and if you've had this, I would like to hear from you on 1300 222 720. So how does someone recover from burnout?
Again, it depends on the person and the severity of the burnout, but the main thing is to understand or just recognise you're human. That's the biggest lesson, and that, you know, we put on these superhero capes thinking that we can just sail through everything and it'll all be a breeze and we'll get there in the end. Sometimes it's good to say, I'm actually human, I can't do all this. I'm putting my hand up to say, I need to step back and reduce what I'm doing on a daily basis, because too often we add in stuff and we forget that to keep things in balance, we need to leave some things out. So particularly if you're a people pleaser or somebody who doesn't like to say no, we can end up, particularly in women, we tend up taking on more and more and more.
So is burnout more common in women?
Burnout is definitely far more common in women. It happens in men too, but it's more common in women.
So how do you get over it? How do you recover?
So having somebody to help you through that, to give you support. I mean, initially I had trouble getting out of bed or getting dressed or doing anything. So it was just I was lucky to have time out and a supportive husband who could look after me at home. But it depends what you need. And it's about unpacking what you could be doing differently. So getting enough sleep is critical. So if you're chronically sleep deprived, which many of us are, that's the first thing to start to get into better shape. The second thing is to give yourself permission just to go and do those gentle activities that you know make you feel better. And that could be different.
Go outside.
Go outside.
I know you're a big advocate for bushwalks and
yeah.
the natural advantage. Yep.
And that's one reason why I'm so passionate about helping people to get outside more, because we know from the science it actually does help us to feel calmer. It helps our stress to reduce. We feel better simply by stepping outside into a green or a blue space for a little bit of time. Some people like exercise, so it depends on you. If you're somebody that likes to burn off a bit of stress, going to the gym or pummeling a pillow or something like that, do what works for you.
And offloading things, like, do you actually have to prioritise, okay, do I really need to be involved in that?
Yes.
Do I really need to be on that committee anymore? Is that part of the issue?
Absolutely.
For people too?
It's about going through and seeing what you do on an average week, and then saying, well, what is absolutely a top priority for me? What am I really wanting to contribute to or do, and what can I step back from? I get contacted by various people and clients quite regularly when they say, I've actually made a decision to drop this or drop that. And it's usually because they've started to realise that they've just got too much on.
Do we have to stop being perfectionists and maybe having some unrealistic expectations about what...
You're talking with a perfectionist.
Okay, so you're not... She's nodding furiously.
Yes, and a workaholic. And I think recognising our own traits, which can work against us, I think is really important. Really important to let go of that perfectionism. Nobody is perfect. If anybody thinks they're perfect, they have an issue. And we need to get over ourselves with that.
This listener says, on burnout, working 12 hours a day with postnatal depressed wife and newborn, started to get sleepless and highly emotional, and after several months of sleep deprivation, had a complete emotional breakdown. Took 6 weeks off work, took some medication, went back to work. I kept trudging forward.
Yeah, that's not an unusual story. I'm glad that they're sort of getting over it. And I think it highlights the fact that everybody is different. The main thing is to get the right help. Now, he mentions taking medication. So burnout is different from anxiety and depression. Sure. You can have it concurrently.
But you can have it at the same time, right?
You can absolutely have it at the same time, in which case medication might be appropriate, but it's not always.
Which brings us to Coastrek, because we've done this together for the last couple of years. We go and walk 20 Ks down south, raising money for, we raised money for the Heart Foundation for the last couple of years.
Yes.
Are we Coastrekking again this year, Jenny? I think we probably need to, don't we?
We definitely need to. I think, Nadia, we need to get out there.
We do.
For ourselves.
Which is why we're having this discussion. So tell us about Coastrek. You're going to do it again?
I'm doing it again, absolutely. Coastrek is brilliant because it is a way of bringing, well, mostly women, because it's designed for women to get out there and do something for the greater good. And this year it's focusing on raising funds for Beyond Blue, mental health. And burnout is part of, recognising how to stay mentally healthy. So I think it's really important that we do something for ourselves that's also doing good for other people.
Oh, good on you. Well, we will see you then. In fact, if you want to register, it is a fantastic day. They're taking teams of 2 or more. Yep. You can just, if you Google if you go to coastrek.com.au and then press on the WA one, you can register there. You've got until the 21st of September. There's a 20K, 35K walk. It is a really fantastic day, and they do a great job of the way they organise it with little treats every 5Ks, little water stations, little protein bars, and you just have a great time chatting to these strangers around you. And 20Ks later, your best mates. It's actually a really lovely day. It's well done, and I would highly recommend it.
It's one of the highlights of my calendar for sure.
Yeah, we'll see you there. Good on you, Jenny. Lovely to have you back in the studio. And she looks well, my friends. Dr Jenny Brockis there. She's a lifestyle medicine physician. It's 10:24.